Previously on High Scores, High Stakes.
Season 2 of High Scores, High Stakes. It's going to be bigger. It's going to be better. It's going to be more competitive.
Oh, wow.
There's lots and lots and lots of changes. The first one, the big one, let's just address the elephant that's not in the room. Sherry. Sherry isn't going to be joining us for the foreseeable on the podcast. However, Sherry is going to be playing the challenges and will post scores to us. He will return like the end of a Marvel movie. He will return. We just don't know when. That's not the only change, though. There's more. But wait, there's more.
Tell us.
The first one is we're going to have a longer season. We're jumping up from 10 challenges to 12 challenges. The grudge chip, we've made it simpler. Cash it in, win, 3 points, keep your chip. If you lose that challenge, you lose your chip. We are introducing a season-long challenge. It's City Skylines, and we're all going to build a city, and the player who has the highest population at the end of this season will pick up 10 bonus points. The last change number 6, is a new segment, and it's called Name That Game. But at the end of the inaugural edition of Name That Game, the score is Cardinal 0, Tomahawk 2. This week's challenge is Wipeout Omega Collection, Wipeout 2048, Zone Mode, on the racetrack, Veneta K. But should make it nice and even. So even though all those scores were really close, the only score that matters in this podcast is the league table. And right now, the league table looks like this. In 4th place with 0 points, Mr. John Sherry.
Making a habit.
In 3rd place with 3 points is me. In 2nd place with 3 points is Tom. And in 1st place with
Maximum.
8
points.
is Cardinal Smith. Next Monday, the game it's Titanfall 2. We are going to have a 2v2.
Now, on to this week's episode.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 2 of High Scores, High Stakes, the podcast that wants to Titan run, but can only Titan fall. I'm your host as always, Mr. Luvva. With me as always are my co-hosts.
Yes, hello, Cardinal Smith here. Pleased to be here, Luvva. Get in there, we're introing. How have you been?
I was nervous because I thought you were going to either interrupt me again or say nothing, but here we are. You've actually took a cue, ran with it, and did a pretty good job. Well done, mate.
But what he's done is he's led
Season
into an
2.
open question to Luvva, and Tomahawk here is now just left going, what am I supposed to say? Do I just let this pan out, or... But it's good to be back.
I think
Good to be here.
If I was the host,
I
I might have
guess.
said, great, thanks. And what about you, fellow other co-hosts?
But
See, I was getting that part. I was going to say, I'm doing fine. I thought you were going to do this, blah, blah, blah. What about you, Tomahawk? How are you, mate? But here we are.
Smooth.
We've jumped the shark, haven't we?
that's it. We'll lock these intros in one day.
One day we will have a...
Today's not that day, but...
One day we'll have a silky smooth, totally professional, totally respectable introduction to a podcast that is now, 20 episodes deep?
No such thing.
It is a learning as we go process, and all I can do is apologize
Very
to
deep.
our serial listeners. But anyway, what is High Scores, High Stakes? In a nutshell, it's 4 friends, 4 PlayStations, many gaming challenges, and 1 league table with 1 winner. Who will it be this year? Our reigning champion is Cardinal Smith. He got off to an amazing start last week, where we played his choice of game, his choice of challenge, and he ended up taking home maximum points. The league right now is looking like this.
Does it look?
Cardinal in first with 8 points. Tomahawk
Shock.
in second with 3 points. Me
Not so shock.
in third with 3 points. And the smallest shock ever in the history of high scores, high stakes is Sherry bottom with no points.
What I love about that third, second, third, fourth is that I think I said to you after record last week, love it, was that why not just go alphabetical? And you just went, I didn't think.
Uh,
So your being third is your own undoing at this rate now. But
Yeah, and as we said after we wrapped up last week, it's the first time in the history of high scores, high stakes I have been outside the top 2. And it was my own
I'm by your own
fault.
doing.
It was my own
and
fault. I tried to be smart with it, tried to be clever with it, and I actually thought my mental math at the time was Tom has beaten me by a higher margin than I have beaten him in the categories we won, but no.
just
So
the general admin error
don't,
has
don't know what, Tom. I think the word you're looking for is thank you, Luvva. I don't deserve to be second, but here we are.
nah,
Thank you, oh generous podcast host.
our host and savior. That's right.
I'll add it in. I'll add it in the edit. Don't worry.
In the
You will
post,
say
yeah, we'll
those
get it
words.
Very good.
And speaking of things we're going to have to edit in, we're going to have to create a new stinger for our new section, which is, of course, what are you playing, Cardinal?
Nicely done. Tom's made a graphic for that. It's superb. Check our social medias. What am I playing this week? It's still Baldur's Gate 3. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Beautiful.
It's a little game that's subtly released to very little fanfare.
I've never heard of it.
Oh, the opposite.
Mm.
And I just jumped aboard a hype train, and I'm still playing. And I find it way too difficult. I've
Okay.
completely struggled to play it. It's like I run into higher level mobs that destroy me immediately. So
Beautiful.
I've added lots of mods that allow me to have multiple character members, higher XP and greater HP to make it playable.
So you're cheating?
That sounds like cheating.
Sounds like cheating.
I'm just
think we should
modifying
talk
it
in
to a
points.
sort of lower level ability gamer.
No, it sounds like cheating. So it does. I mean, it's
Let's
cheating
move
and, have you met the bear yet?
Still met a bear. I've met a bear, but not the bear.
Not the bear.
Wow, I can't wait till you meet the bear. It's gonna be amazing. Can't wait for it.
Change your life.
Just it'd be a really good YouTube short as well. So
I'll record
forward
myself
to it.
playing.
So Baldur's Gate, is that it? You playing anything else, or shall we move on to Tomahawk seamlessly?
You don't want to talk about it too giggy. Football Manager, Final Fantasy 14. Hello.
Well, let's talk about Football Manager. Definitely. Scrap Final Fantasy.
You don't want to
Didn't
talk about
happen.
Football Manager.
We don't want to talk about Football Manager.
No.
Nobody
even
wants to
though-
hear about my Ballymena United campaign.
Oh, no, definitely not, actually.
No, moving swiftly on. Tomahawk,
Right, we'll move over.
what are you playing?
Fantastic. I went back and I've been going on with Hogwarts Legacy again.
Okay.
I love it. It's just a game that you can put about 5 or 6 hours a week in and do everything but do nothing at the same time. It's just beautiful. I've learned one of the unforgivable curses, so woohoo.
Which one?
Crucio.
Yes.
So I have apparently Doris has no qualm in casting it on everything that moves.
mean,
so
Unreal.
it's there to be used.
You're a bad
They
man.
would put it in the game if they didn't want you to use it.
Also, they're unforgivable for a reason. You are that reason. that's the way I'm looking at it.
But it's great. I've kind of got to the point in the story where it's like, oh, do this, and then go and breed some animals, and I'm like, fine, I guess. And then one of the missions was like, come back and check on them, and I'm like, no, that's gonna take 30 minutes. I'm gonna go fly on my broom, okay? So I'll see you later.
That's it.
And I never checked back in, so I'm gonna have this active quest sit open
Forever.
for all time. Yeah,
I
basically,
like that attitude.
because the game is forcing me to do it.
Yes, it's like the last time I played Hogwarts Legacy, the combat challenge was use the biting cabbages. No.
Yes.
I don't think it'll ever be used. Why are they in the game? Why are they in the game?
It's this weird like melee attack kind of like add-on. It's the same thing using the I can't remember what you call them now. The wee the wee shouting root thing.
Oh,
The
Mandrake?
mandrakes. Yeah. You can use the mandrakes and like it'll stun enemies, but I just have upgraded all my spells to curse them as they then cast weapons. So I'm already like really overpowered where I am in the story. So
I
long may it
Sorry,
continue.
love
at
it.
any point in Hogwarts Legacy, you're overpowered. You walk into 5th year as a Jedi. It's just-
One thing,
It's a great game.
one thing I've noticed here is you haven't installed any mods to cheat your way through it, which
Oh
is
god.
good.
it's on
You know,
PlayStation.
I wouldn't
moral
know
high
how
ground.
to, even if I could.
It's all legit on PlayStation, right?
Sounds like the moral high ground to me. Well done, Tom. Well done. If I could give you an extra,
I'm the hero this podcast needs. Like,
if I could give you an extra point for integrity, I would, but I can't.
you shouldn't.
Tune in next week for the pros and cons of mods in gaming.
I love it. I love it. Colonel's never living that down.
Beautiful.
Much like Tom's never living down, not knowing the buttons on this controller.
No.
I haven't forgotten.
A's are definitely there.
But this week, I have been playing Guacamelee Super Hyper Turbo Championship Edition. And it goes without saying,
Regalas.
it's basically y'all know what Guacamelee is, right? It's an old Metroidvania released on PlayStation 4 like 10 odd years ago.
Yeah.
It's basically a Metroidvania that's Mexican lucha wrestling sort of themed. It's great, still great. It was the first game I think I completed on my PlayStation Vita back in the day.
Class.
But this one has all the DLC, obviously, and it has multiplayer and stuff on it. It's really brilliant, really brilliant. So good, fun game, and it's like the right sort of Metroidvanias are either really good fun to play or really, really difficult. Guacamelee is really good fun to play, and it's not that difficult at all, which is nice. It's just nice to play a relaxing exploration-based game,
Uh-huh.
and I'm enjoying it very
And,
much.
and for those of us less, knowing what words you've just said, what's a Metrovania?
Okay, I forget that Cardinal is our PC specialist. Right, a Metroidvania is a game in the vein of Metroid or Castlevania Symphony of the Night. It's basically you get plunked into a big open map that you can freely explore, but there'll be certain portions of the map will be locked off because you don't have the appropriate skill or ability yet. So you explore the map and unlock more abilities that allow you to explore more of the map. That's a Metroidvania. It's basically a 2D former, but with
Oh, like Jedi
RPG
Survivor.
elements. Yes, that's yeah. Any of those Jedi games are all they're Metroidvanias, 3D. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
You learned something today,
There
Cardinal.
we go. That is
Be
what a
glad of it.
Metroidvania is. Guacamelee, really worth a shout. I think I paid like £2 for it on Steam, so it's really.
Bad.
And there's a sequel as
Not
well.
bad at all.
But yeah, I'm about 2/3 the way through that at the minute, in about 6 hours.
I wonder how these games always seem to get sequels. Like, I'm just kind of waiting for like Thomas is Alone 2 to suddenly appear now, and I don't feel as if we need that.
I would love a Thomas is Alone too. If Mike Biffles is listening, go on ahead, mate. Make it so. Make it so.
You've love his blessing.
But all his games are great. He made that.
Oh, they are. Like, they're
All of them
fantastic.
are great. He made that John Wick Hex. That was Mike Biffle.
Mhm.
But anyway, before we get caught into Mike Biffle loving for the next 25
High scores,
to
Mike
30
Biffle.
minutes, high scores Mike Biffle. Let us continue the weekly battle of the minds. Cardinal, Tomahawk, are you ready for Name That Game? Name the Game, just for those who are unaware, is basically me trawling through Amazon video game reviews, and I have picked a selection of the best ones, and I will read it out, and Tom and Cardinal will have to guess what the game is. So are you ready for game number 1?
Let's do it.
Game number
Let's
1
bring it. It's Metrovania.
goes a little something like this. The look of this game is great. Most of the puzzly bits I like, but there are far too many. Not action style, really, but fast paced platformer plus bad guys. Bits that are just too difficult. I eventually found that you can change difficulty after getting to level 15 of 17, because I finally found a bit that even the 50 or 100 attempts that I needed to get past a few places earlier in the game just wasn't enough, and went searching online. But setting the difficulty to easy, which reset my place in the level, which wasn't ideal, but oh well, has made no difference. Another 50 goes and I'm still stuck. Who can
dear.
be bothered with it? What's the point in a game so frustratingly difficult at points? See also the very last level of Doom Ancient Gods Part 2. Did the developers test this gameplay with more casual gamers? Was the point of the easy normal settings if the game is no less hard? The bit I'm stuck on is the second traveling platform with the mines and snipers in the yards. Tomahawk. Cardinal. Good luck. Name that game.
I genuinely thought we were onto a positive review here, and then it just took this awful spin. Oh dear.
I love it. It's just like, I like the puzzly bits, but there's too many puzzly bits.
Is it?
I'm trying.
Is it The Escapist?
It is not The Escapists, although
Ooh, that's
Yes.
good.
good
Oh.
guess. Good guess. But no, it's
So
not The
it's-
Escapist. Honestly, if you get this, I'm giving you 2 points because this is a really difficult one.
Is it
So it's
The
puzzly.
Escapist 2?
You've
No.
had a guess. Is it A Way Out?
No, it is not a
Oh,
way
okay.
out. Would you like a clue?
I'd love a clue.
Okay. This is a remake of a PlayStation 1 game. And the remake launched on the PlayStation 5 on launch day. So it's a PS5 launch title, and it's a remake of a PS1 game. Is it tough?
Pass.
I'm not sure.
Go on ahead.
Oh, he's not sure. That's
No,
it.
oh,
That's
actually,
all
you're
he
gonna
has
make
to
a
do.
guess?
I just don't know.
Think of PS1 games. It
I
was
think
also on,
Crash Bandicoot.
it wasn't Crash Bandicoot. It was last week, mate.
Pandemonium.
That's a shite. Remember that one? No, it's not
Yeah.
Pandemonium.
I was
Oh.
going to say, is it Pursuit Force? But then it's not puzzly.
It's a puzzle
really.
platformer. It's really, really difficult. Do you want to?
Pass. I don't know. I actually don't know.
Okay.
I need one more clue.
Okay, I'll give you another clue. It stars a weird alien.
Oh, it's Abe's Odyssey.
Incorrect.
Oh.
Red
Abe's
Tom.
Odyssey.
Yo, it's Abe's Odyssey 2.
What was it called? Because it wasn't called Abe's Odyssey 2.
Odd
Escape
World.
from Odyssey. Oddworld's new Abe.
This segment's getting away from us quite
Right,
quickly,
I'll tell you
lads. I'm not going to lie.
I'm giving you both a half point. All right. It's Oddworld
How do you get a half point?
Soulstorm. Okay. It's Soulstorm,
Don't care for that.
which is a remake
Yeah, no.
of Abe's
Yeah.
Exodus, of course. Of course, it's Abe's Exodus.
And that did
Duh,
come out in the
obviously.
PS5. And I was aware of that.
And it was a PS Plus free game, day of release, PlayStation 5. You ready for the next
Right.
game? You ready for the next
Hit me
game?
up. Let's do
You should
this.
get
I'm
this
ready. I'm
one.
warmed up now.
This game is ridiculous value. The main thread story itself took me a month and a half of play on and off. Though this is someone with a full-time job and other stuff going on. And I've still some contracts, secondary quests, and tons of question mark areas to get to, including the 2 expansions. Definitely a game toward 18 plus, owing to its story, themes, various limb dismemberments, and some of the romance. Open parentheses. Romance equals basically plenty of sex scenes if you play the game a certain way. Close parentheses. Horizon Zero Dawn. This is not Tomahawk Cardinal. Name that game.
I'm trying to delve into your mind here, and I'm just going to say something out loud. I'm going to say Dragon Age 3 something.
No, not Dragon Age 3.
Oh, okay. I'm kind of in the same ballpark here. I'm going to go BioWare.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with Mass Effect, the Legendary Edition.
Tom is absolutely 100% incorrect. Got you.
I thought I was so on there.
Would you like another clue?
Beautiful.
Yes, is it Far
Of
Cry
course.
5?
It's not Far Cry 5. It's although it is a PlayStation 4 game, they got a PlayStation 5 upgrade in 2023.
Let me tell you what that is. That is not the Division 2.
It is not a Division.
It never got an upgrade.
No.
Can I have the developer?
No.
Oh, okay.
There's plenty in there for you to get that.
That's DLCs. As soon as you mentioned that, is what got me. Contracts,
Horizon Zero Dawn.
DLCs.
It's a trick question.
I've got yes. Would you like another clue?
It's the contracts that's getting me.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, is it Red Dead Redemption
It's
2?
not Red Dead 2.
Oh,
It's not Red Dead 2.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Here comes another clue. It has its own TV show.
it's The Last of Us.
It's not The Last of Us. Cardinal, would you like to make a guess that's better than Tomahawks?
It's got its own TV show.
That's on TV.
What's that? What's that one with the
don't know.
boy and the man who steals things, but he's like Tomb Raider, but he's not Tomb Raider.
All
Lara
right.
Croft.
It's also,
He doesn't have a TV show.
Did he not have a TV show?
No, he had a movie,
Oh,
but it's not Nathan Drake.
Scott
this has
Pilgrim.
not been a good showing from either of us.
No, it's been poor. Do you want the last clue?
Yes,
the last
please,
clue.
Lord.
This is a great clue. It sure is super that the man plays the main character in the TV show. So let me say it again. It sure is super that this man plays the lead character in the TV show.
Is it The Witcher
Is it-
3?
Yes, Tom.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought the clue was it's Superman.
It's The Wild Hunt. Yeah, I hate that.
Yes.
I actually,
You like that clue,
yeah,
did you?
that review's not too far off, actually.
It's a good review. There's more than enough in there. Contracts, 2 expansions, plenty of sex. It's The Witcher. It had to be The Witcher.
Yeah, that's bloody
But
excellent.
yeah, so anyway, after that riveting, high quality piece of
High
podcasting
octane.
there, the scores after
You're
2
welcome, listeners' ears.
The scores after
Keep
2
yourself.
weeks are Tom, you have 3.5 points. Cardinal,
Bosh.
you have half a point for Abe's not Odyssey. Sure, why not?
What I love about this new segment is I had it in my head that it was going to be quite like one guess, clue, one guess, clue. Not Cardinal shouts out every single game he's ever played under the sun and hope he's right.
Yes,
The end.
and he's yet to be right. Let's be honest here.
Law of averages suggests he will eventually.
I think if it was Steam reviews of obscure strategy games, he'd be flying. He'd be
Can
like
we try
Victoria
it?
3.
Because he writes
bang.
them.
Yeah.
I just can't believe Victoria has had 2 sequels because I've never heard of it. All I've heard is Victoria 3. But anyway, we're starting to name all sorts of games when we should be talking about one game in particular, and that is
Which one?
our challenge game, which, if you listen to the last podcast, you'd now realize at the end of every episode, we tell you what game it is. And it is, of course, Titanfall 2. And the challenge this week was a 2v2, chosen at random, and it is just coincidental that it was exactly the same teams as what it was for Rocket League in Season 1. So it was effectively me and Cardinal versus Tomahawk and Sherry in attrition.
Redemption.
In Titanfall 2. So without
The
any
wheel
further-
doesn't lie. It
Without-
chooses fairly.
it knows the best teams to get the best results. Without,
And the best content.
yeah,
Hopefully.
talking about results, talking about content, let's get straight over to Les Challenge. Okay, so as I said there, the challenge game is Titanfall 2. And it was 2v2 randomly selected teams. So basically what we're looking at is top of the screen, Cardinal Smith and me versus bottom of the screen, Tomahawk and Sherry. Basically what we're doing here is attrition. And for those who are not well versed in Titanfall, what attrition is basically team deathmatch with the added bonus of AI grunts. And you have to kill the grunts, kill the other pilots, kill the Titans in order to get your own Titan countdown. complete it so you get your own big, massive Titan. Basically, how we're scoring this is the winning team will get 3 points each. The losing team will get 0 points. But we do have 2 bonus points available, one for most pilot kills and one for most Titan kills. So, before we hit play in this gameplay, gentlemen, is there any last words anyone wants to say? Anyone make any excuses for terrible gameplay?
Never
Oh,
played.
always.
I've
I know
never
it
played.
speaks well. It speaks well when Cardinal downloads it 5 minutes before having to play it.
Yes.
And we had to warn him that the multiplayer takes extra time to download, and he just goes, "What?
I mean,
Oh, okay."
I am not going to lie. If you are on our YouTube channel, you will see my thoughts before we played this game with Cardinal dropping the bombshell that, oh, I'm just downloading this now. It's like, oh my goodness gracious me. Because we're up against
Who could have thought?
Tomahawk, who beat me in the grudge chip in this game last season, and Sherry, our first person shooter
Mr.
specialist.
FPS.
So
This is true.
we got off to a rocky start. So going ahead, Tom, without any further ado, let's just get this going. Hit that play button and we'll see how this played out. So whilst this is loading up and whilst we're getting loaded in, when Cardinal said, I am downloading this now, I've never played this game, blah, 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 I was like, right, we need to get onto a private group chat and we need to strategize and we need to come up with a plan. And Cardinal, that is exactly what we did, is it not?
Yes. And you know what? It helped because I was asking you the controls.
Yes.
And
Things you love to see.
On the subject of controls, he was asking me, how do I do this? How do I do that? Now, before we play this game, I said to Cardinal, I don't like the default control scheme. So I changed it to a thing called Bumper Jumper, which makes it more like Halo. Do you want to change it to that? And he's like, well, I've never played Halo, so now I'm going to leave it in default. So when he asked me for the controls,
Dear.
I couldn't help him because my control scheme was different.
Good lord. I mean, it's basically Call of Duty, Maitland. That's the Cardinal, I should say. Sorry, because it's just look, aim, shoot, pre-shoot.
Yeah. You know what's Call of Duty? The fact that I had just killed you there.
I know. This is what happens when you work as a team, because when you dispatch one, you've got the other player immediately next to them to like mop up. Whereas mine and Sherry's approach was Sherry will text me and go, "I'm not on chat, by the way," and then that's it. Leaves me to it.
No, we did come up with a strategy. Can you remember the strategy, Cardinal, or do you want me to refresh you what our strategy was going into this
the
game?
strategy was wait till we both have Titans, call them together, boom, back chaos.
And then chaos. And that's exactly what we did. We sort of stuck together, well, relatively close together. We were never more than 2 buildings apart, so we knew where we were at all times. And we were shouting to each other whenever we saw either Tomahawk or Sherry. And to be fair, at the start of this game, we did take the early lead. In fact, we're still leading right now. And we did kill both Tomahawk and Sherry. Tomahawk, I think, died twice. I think
I very much in quick succession. I think Luvva got me first, and then I spawn, and then Cardinal's there basically to come back in again with me.
Mm-hmm.
So
now,
it was tough going at the start.
Whilst Sherry isn't known for his teamwork and he's not known for his preparation going into these things, what he's doing right now is actually really, really smart. He's running around killing the grunts in order to boost his Titan counter, which is at 81%, which is double Tom, double May, and nearly double Cardinal. It's actually really smart because at some point here, very close, he's going to get Titanfall. And I missed the little Mr. John Sherry has got Titanfall notification that pops up. And I find out to my horror when I run around a corner and there's his Titan standing there ready to destroy me. But yeah, at this point, Cardinal's up high in the building and I'm at the ground floor of the same building. And we're just sort of staking a claim to the middle of the map. And it's working out pretty well. It was my impression. Now, this is our own fault for not discussing how we're scoring this game. But Cardinal did say to me, how are we scoring this? And I was like, I don't know, mate. I'm presuming it's the same way we're scoring. We scored the grudge match, which is pilot and Titan kills. But that is not technically true. And I just realized that Sherry gets his first Titanfall because he killed Cardinal. Incredible
I
scene.
see it. I see a Titan get cold or something like that, and then I jump in, and Sherry is already there waiting for me.
That's it. Yeah. And there's me dispatched by Luvva again.
I played a wee blinder this game. I tried to practice this during the week, as is customary for Luvva to sneak a wee bit of practice. But I think I made a joke earlier on the week that the challenge for this week should be trying to get an online game at Titanfall, because because
That's awful.
there's maybe like 20 players playing it. Because every game I played on it, I know I only got by 4 games the whole week, and every single time it was the same names over and over
Man.
again, and the skill level was just far and beyond mine.
That's it. And I found as well, because I sit maybe at like level 40, but I'm such a casual Titanfaller online, whereas these guys are in like level 12, 13, and they're absolutely decimating you in practice. So practice was non-existent, to be fair.
So they're
At
main.
this point, Tomahawk's in a Titan right now, and John
Or
Sherry.
just
I am
jockeying,
on-
yeah.
I'm in the distance shooting with my rifle, and it's about 5 minutes later that Lova tells me I've got a anti-Titan weapon that I need
Yeah.
to press triangle to switch to.
Yeah, it's like you are aware we have an anti-Titan weapons. No. So at this point in the game, there's 2 Titans rolling around the map, and I am desperately looking for like grunts to get my own Titan. And here we go. I think this is right. And I'm like on comms with Cardinal. What are you looking like for your Titan? I'm calling mine because we need a Titan here. And that's exactly what we did. I just see Cardinals like 96% anyway. But my mission with the Titans, my one thing I wanted to do this game was crush somebody's Titan with my Titan. And if you want to see if I was successful in that, you're just going to have to watch to the end. That's what YouTubers do, right?
That's it, yeah.
That's bait. So that is absolute
No,
bait.
it's quite good seeing that you all had a strategy
Yes.
play out. Always be within touching distance of each other. Whereas there was parts of this where I myself turned around in the map or just went, I don't know where anyone is, and I was like looking for Sherry's icon on the map to go. Well, if Sherry's there, he must be shooting at someone on the other team.
Yeah. Yes. Every time Sherry was Sherry just he's really aggressive in these games, and every time Cardinal's like, Sherry's here. Where? We were never too far away from one another, to be fair. And when we got a Titans, we did keep him pretty well. So we did. It was good play
For a good long time as well, yeah.
all around. And this game is close most of the way through. There is a big gap right now between us. 39 to 71, but
I realize you have to be killing these grunts. They seem to be called to get your Titan. It was only when I got my Titan I suddenly found myself surrounded by grunts,
yeah,
and
this is it.
people like latch it onto me.
This
Like
is it.
Yeah, the
Tomahawk there.
latching on's really good. Like,
This is it. It was at some point I was like, I haven't seen any grunts for the orange team. I don't know where they were spawning, but I couldn't find any for ages in this. And then all of a sudden we're now in, it's now almost neck and neck. 68, 73.
just watching back the replay there, Cardinal gets the kill on Sherry only for the fact that Cardinal's walking backwards and tramples on Sherry by mistake.
Yeah. And then you're on top of Cardinals Titan, but nah, there's me right there with the assist. But yeah, it's a strange one. One thing that struck out to me was I was worried because obviously Sherry's proven how good he is at first-person shooters, but
Absolutely.
the verticality of Titanfall didn't seem to translate too strongly for him in PvP. Because he didn't get...
No, he very much was firmly on his feet.
Yeah, he runs along
Never
the ground
really scaled anything, yeah.
at all.
That's weird. If you look at the start of the game, I am like jumping up against a wall, seeing can I scale this, and unsuccessfully so. But learning track.
And right now, the scores are all tied up, 74 each. Cardinal and I have taken back that massive deficit.
Wow, right enough.
Yeah, that Titan kill just
S-
pushed Tom and Sherry a wee bit ahead, but we're in touching distance of them. And I think, to my knowledge, this is where it sort of stays. We are in touching distance of
For a
one
good
another.
portion.
At this stage, I'm in trouble now. My Titan is in not great health, and Tomahawk and Sherry are both in their
I
Titans.
think it's the
And what the
first time that we actually have a bit of teamwork. There's a bit of a pincer movement there. It's like
Yep.
Cardinals trapped behind crates, just
That was me.
divide and
And
conquer.
I was going through the crates, and then Sherry gets bored and has to go round the long way, so I'm now on top of his Titan.
But I found this actually now pretty handily. I was starting to get a bit of a rhythm in this. Whenever I get a notification that you have a player on your shoulder that's unfriendly, you just drop out of your Titan, whip around, and you can catch a quick kill.
Yeah, you can do.
But Luvva being quite wall crawler proficient
Yes.
in Titanfall is master of the quick getaway.
Yes, and also I did have a strategy of whenever the Titans were on me, I would keep my anti-Titan sentry and just wall jump, have it ready to go. So when I hit the ground, I just plant it there and then slide on. I did that about 4 times, and it was pretty successful. It was successful at least half the time anyway. It just gives me a wee bit of respite from just Titan destruction. But a lot of this game is Titan on Titan. Like right now, you and Sherry again, Tomahawk, have got your Titans. I'm on a roof.
The Titans,
shooting at you
yeah,
with my
the
laser
Titan
cannon.
turnover was quite high. I thought for both sets of teams as well. Like the wee icons under
Titan
the
Central.
scores always are showing as the white, like the wee white icon. So I think 9 times out of 10, there's 4 Titans patrolling or actively
Yep.
taking care of business, I suppose.
Yep. That's me. I've just been taken down by Tomahawk, I think. And I now have a Titan ready. And Tomahawk's Titan is currently in sentry mode. So I am going to try and drop a Titan on another Titan. This is the one thing I wanted to do. I wanted to win this challenge, but I also wanted to drop a Titan on another Titan.
This
I
is
remember you did
Luvva's
this on the Grudge ship as
Street
well.
Fighter,
and
but not Ken moment.
Here we go. Here we go. I have
He's so
selected
capable.
it. I have selected it. And there we go. A Titan dropped on top of another Titan. And
Oh,
Tom
it actually worked.
must have been. Yes, of course it works. You're dropping a
Oh, it's
Titan from
fantastic.
space.
It's so satisfying when it does happen.
And now I'm taking on Sherry's Titan. And I'm winning. I'm all about this life. Massive robot life. Titan's down. So that's 2 Titan kills for me in the space of a minute. And that is high level Titanfall play, Cardinal. Hope you're taking notes there, because I'm all about it. And I think right now we're down to 8 minutes. What's the scores there? 113 to me and Cardinal, to Tom and Sherry's 125. It is close.
Nice.
That's it. I do remember this 20 minutes just flying through, and then the scores being quite low this first half, and then out of the blue, the kills just ramped up.
Yep. It's funny because I can see there's like real strategy going on. Sherry's still going after the grunts, and a lot of his Titans are coming from him taking the grunts out. Where
Luvva knew exactly what I was trying to do there.
yes, I saw you, and now I'm trying to outwit you because I think you're going to try to come round, but you don't. I don't know where you go. Or you get caught in there. You're just taking out the Titan from a distance. Too afraid to take me on, mono a mono.
I've done it once before, Luvva. I didn't need to prove it again.
How did it work out this time, mate? When I was taking it a wee bit more serious. We'll find out at the end what the kill counts were. But this, I played much better in this round than I did in that grudge match. Much better. But yeah, as I was saying, the tactics for getting our Titans were very different. Obviously, every grunt you kill, you get 1 point and about 2%, 3% for your Titan counter. Whereas every pilot you kill jumps you up by about 15%, I think it is. So you get there quicker through pilot and Titan kills. And that was my tactic. Kill you, kill your Titans, get my Titan.
My
And
tactic
just-
was find Cherry and Tom. I'd kill them by whatever needs and
Yeah.
shoot them with my pea shooter if they're in their Titans and hope for the best.
But
I
it
think
was
I got an assist on killing the Titan just by that you killed, Chris.
doing a bit of time.
Just by
Luvva,
doing taking 2 shots gets you any amount of damage gets you an assist on it. It's great,
Yep.
but obviously that metric doesn't really apply in terms of the overall score though.
Yep. And now here we are.
Incredible.
Cardinal and I
Team.
have our 2 Titans in the same street. And we are going to town. And I see Tom trying to get round the back of us. I remember this bit actually. It's like, there's Sherry. He's going round the back. He's going round the back. I just constant communication is what makes a difference.
I was
Oh,
in the
there
same
goes
boat there
Sherry.
as Cardinal. I kind of forgot that I had an anti-Titan gun, and I'm trying to
Yeah.
use a burst fire assault rifle on
It does damage,
on
but
Luvva's
just,
Titan.
it's not exactly efficient with your weaponry.
Yeah. And then here's me trying to grapple hook into his Gatling gun.
Yeah. And here we are, the final 5 minutes. The scores are currently 157 to me and Cardinal to 170. So there's what, 13 points in it. So 1 Titan kill and a couple of grunts. And it could swing around once more. It was extremely tense. I think me and you were saying, Cardinal, just how tense it was. Just with the scores being so close and obviously not knowing how the scoring is going to be done.
Yeah.
I know. I looked at the scores so like rarely because I was so like they could come from anywhere. They could be wall riding. They could be up in the air. They could be around this corner hitting.
Yeah.
It was just
I
intensity.
very much did that as well. Nearly after every kill was checking the scoreboard and then thinking, well, frig, we're like 3 kills behind and X, Y, and Z, but we're winning the match. So I was just like, I can't remember. We didn't have the discussion about how we're scoring this. This is it. I think this was nearly just as tense as Wipeout,
I
but
don't
for
think
different reasons.
I didn't look at the scoreboard once during this game. Not once did I look at see how I was doing to anyone else. I had a fair idea that I had killed more than Tomahawk, and Tomahawk was the one obviously I was worried about the most because obviously I've played him in Titanfall, I've played with him in Titanfall. I know he's decent at it, and he's shown that he can tango like. So it was Tomahawk I was most worried about rather than obviously Sherry. But as I said earlier on, Sherry's not as proficient in Titanfall as he is in Call of Duty. And it's just because he plays more Call of Duty, obviously. And it's all a lot
He's a
more
Call of Duty
linear.
fiend, isn't he?
It's a lot more linear sort of maps with sort of lanes and attack lanes and all that sort of stuff and patterns of play, whereas this is a bit more free for all. This is jazz.
There's very much there's the strategy is there is no strategy nearly.
It's just like do what feels right at any particular moment and hope it works out. Oh, Cardinal. Not checking his corners. Dear, oh dear. That was
I didn't know what to do when somebody was on me, like a kind of grappling or anything. I didn't really
Slide,
know
yeah.
what that meant. Slide?
Yeah.
Oh, how do you do that?
Circle button.
Should have asked. Should have asked.
Sprint and slide. It's brilliant. And then
I do have quite a nice wee flurry at the end there. I have the pilot and Titan assassination, and then a self-destruct, and then that forces Luvva out of his Titan, and I get him in the air as well. But
oh yeah.
some nice wee sequences at the minute. But
That's
you
what I
know,
was gonna say. I think it was Sherry was on me there, and I escape him completely.
See him. We both did.
Love it. Now I'm
And I'm
circling
just
back
picking
around.
grenades at him.
I'm circling back around to get on his Titan.
but I think that's what's so good about this game is like you can just get away out of a situation quite handily.
Yeah. So we're down to the last 2 minutes here. And what's the score?
Tom ruins me there.
With
185
a lovely Superman punch there.
to 2. That's so close. It is insanely close. But yeah, here's me currently climbing. I think someone's Titan anyway.
I know. I think at this stage I was like just doing circles because I could see Sherry's icon. I'm going, well, he must know where everyone is.
He's chasing me at the currently, but I'm just gonna cycle back around. I've dropped my Titan, and now here we go. I'm now on my Titan, with a minute left on the clock. Me and Cardinal are currently, what's that? 35 points behind. 2 Titan kills, and there's 2 Titans on the board.
Let's get him.
1 Titan on the board.
It is tight. It is very, very
Yes.
tight, definitely.
It is tight. It's Titanfall 2.
Ew. Here, that's brilliant.
Although I do forget that it's only +5 for a Titan, like, for a player PvP kill.
Yep. Yeah.
It's actually quite a small metric just to be killing another pilot.
It's because it's not the real sort of purpose of attrition mode. Like the attrition mode is all about killing the grunts and sort of getting your points up as high as possible. But what we were saying at the end of this game last night, there's 4 of us in a small map, in fairness, but it was just action pretty much everywhere all the time. What started off as a cagey match wind up being a real open, like, flurry of kills. So that is it. The game has ended. We're now in the epilogue. The final score was 2-3-5 to Tomahawk and Sherry, to me and Cardinals 2-21. So 14 points in it at the end.
And I finally call my Titan.
And I have killed Tomahawk there in the epilogue, which means he won't respawn. So he's now a spectator.
It's a great wee feature in the multiplayer for Titanfall. This escape, for anyone who doesn't play Titanfall or doesn't know, the epilogue gives the losing team a chance to escape, and it gives the winning team a chance to wipe them out. And I think it's brilliant. I think more multiplayer games need to have this feature.
Yes. Just make a Titanfall 3 with this feature.
Exactly. Come on, Respawn. We know you're watching.
They're never giving it to us, mate.
Respawn this game franchise.
Hey, we're never getting it. Cardinal is trying
Why
to
is that?
take on Sherry. Why is it
I
not?
am.
Why is
Yeah,
it not
yeah.
getting
Why,
a
why
sequel?
would it?
Well,
Yeah, exactly.
Apex Legends.
they released the first one as a Xbox One, Xbox 360 exclusive, and the Xbox One did not sell particularly well at the start. And then they released Titanfall 2. What in between? So 1 week there was Battlefield, the next week was Titanfall, and then the week following that was Call of Duty. So they sent Titanfall out to die. Sandwiched it between the 2 biggest shooter franchises on console. Sent it out to die.
What a way to go.
Yeah. And then respawned it as Apex Legends, which is it's arguably the second most successful battle royale on the market.
So what are we looking at here?
So what we're looking at here is the conversation of how we're scoring this. And we come to a fair system, I think. So we're basically going to score it as the game does. So the winning team, both players will get 3 points. And spoiler alert, we already know Tomahawk and Sherry have won that. So the final score was 235 to 221. So 14 points was in it. 1 Titan, 1 pilot kill would have swung it in me and Cardinal's way. We just couldn't get over the line. Just couldn't get over that line. Cardinal, it was a shame. We played well together, but we just couldn't see it over the line.
It's fell short.
Sherry's murdering of the grunts is what outdone us.
Dragged that team by the scruff of the neck over the line, exactly.
Like, I am looking at the grunt kills. Sherry killed 68 by himself. Me and you combined killed 66. Which brings me.
Wow, that does say a lot.
Which brings me on
Well,
nice
hates
and
grunts.
neatly. So Sherry and Tomahawk are going to get 3 points for winning the challenge. Me and Cardinal are going to get 0 points. But we do have 2 bonus points to give out. Most pilot kills. And the pilot kills are pretty close. Sherry killed 8 pilots. Tomahawk killed 6 pilots. I killed 7 pilots. But our winner was Cardinal, who killed 10. So Cardinal is going to get another point, a bonus point. Well done, Cardinal. And then that brings us on to the Titan kills. And I would say it was close, but it wasn't. Sherry got 1 Titan kill. Tomahawk got 4 Titan kills. Cardinal got 2 Titan kills. But the Titan killer, the David to their Goliath, was me with 5. So I get a bonus point. So I think first time high scores, high stakes history, all 4 players are getting points.
Points on the board. Wow,
It is the first time in high scores history.
outside of a battle royale, 100 points up for grabs.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
In
suppose.
in regulation competition, we'll call it.
Yes, yes, yes. So that does. That
Sherry
doesn't do-
wins the challenge.
It doesn't do much for the league table, to be fair. The league table is no change. The status quo has been upheld. So currently, top of the board with 9 points is Cardinal. Second in the table, rightfully so this week, is Tomahawk. And
Pew.
then I am third with 4 points, and Sherry is fourth with 3 points. So there's been no movement in the table, but it has started.
But just a little bit of separation.
It has started
Early
compressing,
doors.
and I like this. Again, that's the second challenge in a row where the margin for winning to losing has been skin of your teeth business. It has been. Wipeout was close. Titanfall was closer. Really close. In every metrics, what was it? 14 points in the overall game. The most kills, most pilot kills
There's
was
4 kills between all of us.
yeah. The most pilot kills was the bonus point was separated by 2 kills, and then the most Titan kills was separated by 1.
One
It is
single.
that was competitive and that was insanely close. And I think if Sherry had have jumped onto a group chat with Tom, it could have been a very different story. If he's had been working together rather than just
A bit more
playing.
We
cohesive.
could have won, Luvva.
I think we would
Exactly.
have won.
We could have won.
Exploit their weaknesses.
I would say if Cardinal had spent more than 5 minets playing it,
To be fair to Cardinal,
that 10 kills could turn to 15 kills.
beginner's luck maybe, but here it's worked out for you.
What
in
I
the
should
end.
have done is maybe Googled the controls and had it up, like sitting on my phone in front of me.
If
or
you had
something.
listened to me and went bumper jumper, I could have told you the controls no bar.
I'd never heard bumper jumper in my life. I thought it was a joke.
No, it's a Halo thing. It's a Halo thing. You
Or
you jump with the bumpers rather than X. I find it way more natural.
Fantastic.
I love it. I love it. But yes, that is close. There are a couple of storylines coming out here. If you believe in storylines and in friendly competition that's not so friendly anymore. I really want
That's it. The teeth are being bare now in season 2.
I really wanted to win that. And yeah, me and Cardinal were constantly and talking to one another, going, how can we turn this around? What can we do now? What can we do now? Sort of strategizing the whole way through. I wanted to win that. And I thought at one point we were going to win it, but not to be. We're out of time. If I had been more conscious of what time had elapsed,
Yeah.
we could have strategized
So-
better.
so-
In hindsight, that's how we improve, is by being more conscious of the time that we've played and sort of working with that and going for are we burst near the end. But yeah, so here's what we're looking at: 3 points between you two, 1 point between me and Sherry, 6 points between Sherry and Cardinal.
Oof.
So right now there's 2 wee mini leagues on the go. It's going to take
This-
2 challenges and it could be all changed.
This is all set up by Luvva to make sure he's third because he knows early doors, starting third, just keep consistently collecting points.
Be third 70% of the way.
And that's it. I'm going to be third until
Bring it up at
the
the
final
end.
game of the season and then win the whole thing.
Yeah, all the final
In
games
the
will be
most
Resident Evil 1,
ideal
2, 3, 4 speedruns.
Beautiful.
I would,
Beautiful.
I would watch that podcast. Right. So, I don't even know what to say to that. So I can't think of a smooth link into the final section. So let's just get there.
Let's over to your resident
Nice one.
podcast socials.
And that is it, gentlemen. Another episode. It's a wrap. All done. The league is looking finally poised. The challenges are looking also finally poised. And speaking of being finally poised and ready to go, the social medias. Where can you find us? You can find us everywhere you like on the internet. You can find us on Instagram, where we are at High Scores High Stakes Podcast. You can find us on Twitter, where we are at H Scores H Stakes. You can find us all on Twitter individually. All of our Twitters are going to be linked below in the link tree. All good there. As I said last week, we're starting to go on to twitch.tv/High Scores High Stakes. Check us out there whenever we get around to streaming something. We're also, if you want to take part in any of our challenges, so if you have a wipeout zone mode score that you think would beat us, get yourself over to Discord. The link is in the description below. Get yourself there. Open up the Wipeout Omega Collection server. Throw up your score with a wee screenshot just to prove it, because no pics, it didn't happen. It's the internet. And also, we have been regularly uploading little YouTube shorts, and we are on YouTube, and it is at High Scores High Stakes. Really simple. We are at High Scores High Stakes everywhere, including, what do you call that one? Facebook, Twitter, Threads. We're everywhere. We're on TikTok and
Do you remember when
everything.
Threads was popular? Like, do you remember when that was a thing?
That 2 weeks was beautiful.
2 weeks in the sun was phenomenal.
It was a beautiful 2 weeks.
It's a
But-
peaceful place.
Yeah, yeah. But we are absolutely
Everything made sense.
we are absolutely everywhere now. At H Scores H Stakes on Twitter, at High Scores High Stakes Podcast on TikTok. Tom.
TikTok as well. Yes, that's right. We're being trendy. We're being down with the kids, I believe is the term.
We are.
Look
we
out,
are,
Gen Z.
Good lord, what have we done? We're selling out. That's all we're doing. We're
are.
selling out for exposure.
Hashtag on trend. We are becoming a brand.
Oof.
So we are. Can't wait. It's going to be amazing. But I think that's everything. I don't think I've forgotten anything this week, have I?
No, we're
Crushed it.
Absolutely.
signed, sealed, delivered.
Absolutely.
Love it.
And that just leaves us with two things to do. First things first
What's that?
is we have to tell everyone what the challenge is next week, what the game is.
Ooh, that's right.
Can't forget to do that. So next,
It's not as dramatic, I don't think. This time it's quite low key by comparison.
this one is a low key, quite chill. Well, on the surface anyway, it's a chill challenge that should pose no problems to game players of our caliber. This challenge is PGA Tour Golf 2023, and the challenge is really simple. We're going to play in one of the top links courses in the world, local to Northern Ireland. So we're doing a front nine on the
Royal Portrush.
County Down.
Oh.
On the Royal County Down. And the scoring, there's potential for high scores.
It's a chaos score week.
What have we got? What have we got?
Right. So there's going to be first, second, third place, same as always. But for every stroke we finish the front nine under par, we get a bonus point for each stroke. So if you finish minus 12, you're getting 12 bonus points. But wait, there's more. If you get a hole in one,
There's always more.
if you get a hole in one, that's 10 more bonus points. So now that that's out of the way, it's a nice, easy challenge for us to digest because it's a golf game. Can't be that hard, right?
Tune in next week.
Tune in on Monday to see how we get on.
It was that hard.
This has been High Scores, High Stakes. Love you all. Bye.
Bye.
Good evening.